Anime Lily fans, how you guys doing? If you guys are new to the channel, subscribe, like, comment down below. And if you don't know us, Miguel, aka Legend Vash.
Sam Chan, aka Sam the Manga Man.
And if you guys want to follow us on social media, right there it pops up, Twitter and all that crap. And like I said in the beginning, like, comment, subscribe. Tell us what you guys think about such as title. We are doing our top 10 animated movies of 2018, meaning anime and Western animation that's come out in theaters, and like such as example we will say in our list. Additionally to that, tell us guys your list as well down below. Was your top 10 animated movies of 2018? So let's get to it. We're gonna tell our honorable mention after we tell our 10 to 2.
Yeah.
So what's your number 10 first?
It would be Suicide Squad Hell to Pay. Like, it wasn't bad. It wasn't a bad movie. It's supposed to be like Suicide Squad, action, little sexual content here and there, some good, not a bad story. But I feel like they're underutilized some of these characters that's been used.
I will agree, because my number 10 is Suicide Squad Hell to Pay as well.
Okay, cool. Alright, because they kind of buried Vandal Savage even more than he already has been buried.
And the DC crossover, so that's very understandable.
And like it's kind of pointless to even have him. Only his sexy daughter was really the entertaining part. That was it. Deathstroke was always badass and cool. That's a good part. And then Zoom.
Zoom was pretty cool. That's why I like How to Pay. But
I like his idea and everything and how he made everything works. Because you know he's like that. Of course, it makes kind of sense when it comes to Zoom.
And plus, Suicide Squad How to Pay really made the impactful type of story between Deathstroke and Harley Quinn. And Harley Quinn is like the crazy fanatic girlfriend you wish you have, but then sometimes you wish you don't have because you don't know if you should handle that because she is crazy, and that's what it makes her impose.
The wild card. And
that's what it made her, and also Deathstroke. Sorry, not Deathstroke. Yeah, no.
There's Deathshot.
Thank you.
Sorry, why can you think Deathstroke?
I'm a Deathshot. It made him more relatable because of him having a daughter, but also him wanting to live and all that. So I like that aspect.
And where this is like a new 52 movie as well for the DC, so it wasn't bad. It was a good twist, good story into it.
And it made me like the rated R aspect, the whole bloody aspect, and also Deathshot tricking Amanda Waller.
Yeah, that was a good end.
So I like that, she wanted the internal youth, to escape death because of how she was not scared to die, but she doesn't want to die because she knows that she's gonna die soon, but she wants to escape that. But then Deathshot straight told her, you cannot escape death.
Exactly.
Death is all upon us, on everybody. So that's your number 10, my number 10. Anything else to say for that?
I'm good.
Alright, my number 9, Death of Superman.
Really? I have in pretty high place actually.
Oh, higher. For me, Death of Superman is good, but I don't feel like it's rewatchable. Because for me, my taste is what movies are rewatchable and what movies are for you to enjoy on a repeatable. Also, how can you relate it and everything, and also from the source material. Some of these movies don't all have a source material, but also comes from original screenplay. Death of Superman does have a screenplay, the comp, and I like what they did, but also I don't like what they did. When I first watched it, I gave it a 5 out of 5. Well, if you guys want to see the review that we did, go check back at it. But in all retrospect, Death of Superman did a beautiful way they did, because we have seen Doomsday come back to life, kill Superman about 5 times now by the time this movie came out, and it didn't better and animated, and they did it in the cartoons. But I did not like what they did with the Justice League. They treated Justice League as trash, and like they cannot have one finger against Doomsday. So that's what for me felt very weakened for that aspect. But Death of Superman was definitely enjoyable, definitely entertaining, but not in my high up list. So that's definitely for me. Hopefully the next one in the next installment, what's the name of it again?
Reign of the Superman.
Hopefully Reign of Superman could do better than Death of Superman, but let's see what they do. Hopefully Death of Superman is on your list as well.
Okay.
How about you? What's your number 9?
For number 9, it really was Incredibles 2. Like, it was a cute movie. It wasn't really bad, but there wasn't much aspect to it. It was
Very true.
Yeah, only have is baby Jack, and literally.
Into the family aspect.
Family aspect and family. What can you do when your father's a stay-at-home and your mom's a working outdoor? Which is true, not bad way to go through it. But I feel like the story was a little lackluster.
Yeah, I agree on that.
It was really lackluster. It took 14 years between the first movie and the second movie. I get that, and there was plenty of other movies too that Brad Bird had actually done. Ratatouille, Mission Impossible, Ghost Protocol.
Yeah,
fantastic movies. I love them, but I wish there could have been a better story for Incredible 2, especially when the villain made so much more sense than what the hero prospect is. That kind of like ruined it for me in a way.
Totally agree.
Story. But you know, like of course you're gonna have the good relatable villain that had the right story, because like that's how much is a good villain. But when you have the good guy that doesn't have a good reason to defend himself, but just to continue being a superhero to defend and everything, it kind of lacks, because we know that heroes cannot save everybody. They're not made to save every single one, every single body, and that sort of stuff. People will eventually die.
Definitely
you kind
agree.
of have to agree with that aspect. You can't always think heroes gonna save everybody, entire world. It's not like that.
And by the way, to the viewers that don't know, I don't know his list. I don't know. He don't know my list. So then I know Incredibles 2 will be in that. I actually thought Incredibles 2 would be much higher.
But
you made
animation
a good,
is really good.
But you made a good point.
Yeah.
The story for me did not. When I first saw the film, I thought the film was amazing. But then when you came out of the theater, I was like, what? But the story was so expected who the villain would be.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, this was not good as I expected it to be. However, for my number 8 is Teen Titans Go to the Movies.
Really? Okay. That's a good movie. I put that pretty high on your list too, actually.
I enjoyed this film very much. Teen Titans Go to the Movies is a great meta, fourth wall breaking movie. If you guys haven't seen the review of ours, check that segment I did in the beginning. Plus, it's all about Slade. That's all I gotta say to it. And also, it's entertaining flick. As you guys know, we're great anime reviewers. That's up to you if you think we are great or not. But I like Teen Titans Go. It was entertaining, DC Comics, enjoyable, kiddish, adult joke movie. So that's all I gotta say to that.
Number 8 for me was Constantine: City of Demons.
Oh wow!
It was actually really good. Like it was in a great spot, putting in October near Halloween. It's a great horror, not horror flick, but it's a good animated horror movie. Yeah, a great twist in the end, and
yes.
I really high prospected. It was really cool, and
if I may add to that, for me, number 7 is Constantine: City of Demons.
Ah, okay, okay, that's good. That's because Constantine, nobody really expect a lot from this guy and the character, especially when Justice League Dark.
And plus, it's voiced by the same actor.
Correct. Yes.
So that plays him.
Tomorrow. I'm like, yeah, the show itself got canceled. Live too soon. But you see him in Legends of Tomorrow, which is okay. That's dope, and he's dope in this show right now. So
and,
it's really good. I actually think it was good.
Constantine: City of Demons is deserves for you to be in your number 8, but my number 7 is because I love the rated R aspect. I did not expect this rated R aspect of City of Demons, Constantine and City of Demons, to be so bloody, and it really shocked me in a way that, like, wow, DC Comics really went that route. Where we have seen it snippet in bits and pieces in the comics, but we're also seeing like in Suicide Squad Had to Pay. But I feel like Constantine: City of Demons really push it with the art, with the demons, with the monsters, with the artistic style and the animation of them, showing the bloody, the gore and everything, and like the lines that Constantine has said to the other demons and the way they do it. So that's what for me, it felt like such a great, entertaining rated R movie, and it's definitely rewatchable. For me, Constantine and Teen Titans Go are neck to neck, and they're so different.
Yeah. Kiddish,
rated R, so that's what I like about it.
The reason a little bit more why I like Hell to Pay a lot more than Suicide Squad is because nobody. This is actually a DC movie, animated DC movie that we expect to have for almost all of our DC animated movies.
Agreed.
Not just with Constantine, but literally, you want to see this with Superman, and see this with Batman or Wonder Woman, any of their main Justice League. I would have loved to watch that because that's what we grow up and related to comics and related to more. The older movies, animated movies.
Agreed.
It would have really, really worked, and that's why I put that in like number 8. My number 7, however, is My Hero Academia: Two Heroes.
That's actually high on my list.
Really?
Yeah.
Because I actually did like Two Heroes. It did pretty well. It had a big fandom, there were some bad parts on the artwork, but you know, for this first movie for an animated series, it did really, really well compared to other animes that became in movies, like such as Naruto,
One Piece,
Trigun, Cowboy Bebop. It actually did kind of much better in story-wise, action-wise. You could tell where they spend most of their money invested.
The whole
into,
ending,
of course, but it was
Teacher
good.
Smash.
Yeah, but yeah, you learn a little bit more about these characters, and I know there were some plot holes too.
Too many
one
plot
gauntlet and stuff like
Too
that.
many plot holes.
But I did like it that much, and it's impressive where the fandom got into its $2 million in 2 days. Plus, if we have more of these like My Hero Academia in the world, we get more anime movies out here in the US.
Just like Dragon Ball Super, Broly. And
Exactly.
In case you guys are wondering, it's not on either of our lists. We weren't invited to see no screening. We haven't seen it, and we have not seen it illegally either. So we waited until January to see it. So that will be on our list of 2019, sadly. So in case you guys are wondering, that's why.
Yeah. So yep, that's why I put My Hero Academia in
Number 7. So my number 6 is actually Maquia When the Promised Flower Blooms.
Okay.
That's my number 6 for me.
All right.
So that's why it's weird to have 4 Western animation movies. Then my number 6 is Maquia When the Promised Flower Blooms. Truly a wonderful film in all aspects, and it was entertaining. I love the animation of it, the storytelling from the girl losing her whole family, the whole village that she was in, the tribe. But then she finds her own family by raising a kid. But then the kid grows up and then becomes her son. But then the kid grows old and has his own family. Then she still hasn't aged because they don't age. But the animation is beautiful because the storytelling about the dragons and how they're all internal, but then they're starting to get old. So I find that storytelling beautiful. That's definitely on my number 6.
My number 6, Teen Titans Go to the Movies, because it did really well, honestly. I know it's a comedy movie. It did all these meta satire comedy of both DC, Marvel's, Stan Lee, everybody needs, and Slay.
Your 6 to 10 is very mixed.
It is really well mixed, but that's the reason why like Teen Titans Go. I don't like the animated Teen Titans Go series.
Nah, they suck.
But for some reason, this movie did pretty well for me, and that's the kind of reason why I put it into this top part, because it's the unexpectedness that got to me.
I definitely agree with that.
And honestly, I wouldn't mind rewatching it because it was that kind of funny, that hilariousness that actually got to this place. So that's my number 6 for Teen Titans Go. Go to the movies.
All right, so now for number 5 through 2. What's my number 5, you think?
Oh man, what's left? Just Love Dogs?
No, my number 5 is actually your number 7.
Oh,
My Hero Academia?
Really? Okay.
My Hero Academia 2 Heroes. My number 5 is My Hero Academia 2 Heroes because, like you said, the fan service.
Yes.
It's not the best movies of the or anime that first come out, but it's one of the best ones. But also the most enjoyable.
True.
It's because if I just put the side of critic in me, if I put that away and just enjoy for what it is and for what it's supposed to be, it's an enjoyable flick.
Okay.
It really truly is an enjoyable film. What it was and was entertaining and was bringing to the audience, and the whole freaking ending of the whole Detroit Smash and the whole plot points of one armor, and then he just tongue to the eyes with the audience and to the people, so that's fucking hilarious as hell. So that's why that's my number 5.
My number 5 was actually Death of Superman.
Death of Superman, wow, that's very high in the list. You really did like it.
I really did like Death of Superman, because compared to the last movie where it went on too quickly, where you don't see the reign of Superman, you just see Superman and Doomsday fighting. They die, Superman turns up to be alive in his Fortress of Solitude, and the whole regular cyborg Superman clone was the only Superman, the reign of Superman fight.
Yep, you're right.
That was it. There was nothing to build it. But this one, making it a 2-parter, made it just much more better compared to, because I did read both the comic book and watch the first animated movie of Doomsday.
You're right.
And the first movie was supposed to build up for the second movie, which it did, to build up the other Supermans. And also, you get the emotions of Superman being weak. He's bleeding.
Definitely agree to that.
And you almost tear from that. Like, you never seen Superman this weak before, and you never see him so helpless before. And with Doomsday, it does happens with him. But only thing that only bothered me was really like Lois was in front of Doomsday, Superman charged right in to kill Doomsday, like Doom. I'm wondering like how is Lois still alive? Like literally, she was like in front of that shit, and she's not superhuman. She could literally die from that shit.
And plus by the wind and the whiplash, all that.
She would die.
That's why I didn't have it so high, but nice.
But that was
good statement, good argument for that.
But it was a good build up for the Reign of Superman movie, and I actually like the characters. They literally built the other characters: Cyber Superman, Hank Henshaw.
And they helped them to for the sequel. So.
But I do agree with you how they kind of made the Justice League and Lex Luthor his bitch in a way. I don't like it.
They did.
I don't like it, but it's supposed to be in a way. The reason why they couldn't is because they needed to add more other superheroes that's in the Justice League, but you know, you can't really add more to it. That there's no story to it. So I see what. Yeah, I still put it to number 5 though.
All right, for my number 4, Pokemon Power of Us.
Ah, okay.
Is that your number 4?
No, it's not.
Oh, I'm guessing number 3.
It's number 3.
I figured. Alright, so my Pokemon Power of Us, if you haven't seen our review, check the review out because I'm not going to go too long about it. Cliche, Power of Us, Pokemon Power. Who the fuck? But
I would put, yeah, okay, yeah.
But for me, Pokemon Power of Us was truly entertaining. It was truly a beautiful animated film. And Ash was not the main character, so that was truly amazing. And I love that aspect of how Ash was not the main character and it was truly entertaining. So honestly, for me, Pokemon Power of Us sits in the spot for me because it was something relatable and about family and about not lying to your nephews and your nieces, and just to be truthful and to not lie to the townspeople, because the movie really taught that the more you lie, the more you get in trouble. That's honest truth.
I want to add a little bit more to it, because with the Pokemon movie Power of Us, it was supposed to be a movie for kids, but really, it's like making a movie for teens in a way, and that's kind of hard to do for a director to do, from trying to make a kids movie into more of a teens movie, and then grow up a little bit more toward the adults kind of section, which is really good in this movie. That's really impressive work.
Agreed.
Better within our top Pokemon movies, definitely.
Agreed.
And yeah, it kind of works out really well.
But if we continue on that, what's your number 4?
It's Love Dogs.
I Love Dogs?
Put that. Yeah, I Love Dogs.
Nice.
Because I do love dogs. They're really emotional. The animation style is still stopping still. What's that style?
Stop motion.
Stop motion. Yes. I actually do like the stop motion animated film because it's much more harder to do, but it pay off really well.
Well, before you go into too much, like my dogs is a bit more higher, so let's go into it when we get to it. Okay. But talk about your number 3 then.
My number 3 is actually Makia, When the Promised Flower Bloom. Because I know it's a long movie.
And what's fucking Power of Us? You don't have it in your list then?
Yeah, I forgot to have. I couldn't add it to my top 10 list.
Okay, so it's not your list, so my apologies. So talk about your number 3 then.
It really was Makia, When the Promised Flower Bloom. I know it was like a 2-hour movie, but the entire animation was literally mesmerizing where you can go for it. The story was really good because I do like the story of a mom trying to raise his kid while trying to survive in the world with him. But then you come to the point where it's harder for parents to see their kids die, where she knew the consequences, she knew what was going to go on if she took care of this kid, but it didn't matter to her anyway. She still wants to spread her own love and affection towards all her kids and people, even if they're not hers by herself. And eventually she does come back to the village. She does save her best friend. She does have a dragon now, like really beautiful artwork looking dragon.
Oh, we're definitely looking nice.
And you eventually learn that in the end, it's okay to love, it's okay to have kids, it's okay to be okay if you're gonna outgrow them, you're gonna outage them instead of the way. It's no matter how much feeling and love you have towards your kids.
So I know your number 2 then. Your number 2 is Mirai.
Correct.
My number 3 is Mirai.
Alright, okay.
My number 3 is Mirai because it's a beautiful sibling story. Yeah. And if you guys haven't checked out reviews, check out review for that as well. But if you haven't seen Mirai, it's a beautiful story telling about sibling being jealous of your younger sibling that's just born. Honestly, as simple as that. And it's all about a kid's imagination, or it's about a tree really telling a past, present, and future story. So it was very ambiguous, but that's what I find it amazing, because you don't know what it is. Is it the tree, or is it the kid's imagination that's all going on in his head? So that's what I love about that story. So Mirai is my number 3, and my number 2 is Isle of Dogs.
Oh, okay.
I love Isle of Dogs. To me, the score, the stop motion, the dog's best friend, because as you guys know, or if you guys have seen our videos, I have a dog and has always jumped on our videos. So
what happened to dog? What happened to man's best friend?
To man's best friend, I found that, and I could connect to that because my dog, as much as that my dog annoys me, is my best friend, because even though I'm mad, my dog is there for me. I'm happy, my dog is there for me. I could just see my dog's eyes and just talk to my dog with her eyes. That's what I love about that, and I could connect to it because that movie Isle of Dogs, I could see why it's in a Golden Globe, and I could see why my top 3 are in a Golden Globe, because it's what it was made for, and the beautiful. And Isle of Dogs is very not sadistic, but it's very dark, but also since it's stop motion, very colorful and very animated style, it don't not really need the type of rated R in it. It's just that PG-13, but since it's stop motion, you don't get that bloody gore or dark side of it because of like the ongoing narrative. But then they try to
kind of play it off a little bit with the comedy in a way.
Yeah, the comedy too.
And it kind of really works. I really wish we actually learned Japanese.
Yeah, because it was probably like, what's the kid saying? I want a translator. I need a translator. I need it. But I found it beautiful with the earpiece, so that's pretty amazing. So honestly, that's pretty dope. But so your number 2, Mirai.
Mirai, I like Mirai. It deserved that Golden Globe nomination. That sibling world thing, the imagination, the artwork, the music.
Definitely is.
The story was really simple, but it worked. It's like, how can you work with this? And then having to watch the director's cut to know what's going in the mind of the director from this, you have a new respect and perspective. And we never expected to know that the director, he was writing this from the point of view of his own son.
And that's amazing because most of these when we get screenplays, we get it from the person's life point, like from the person's perspective. But some stories are from other people's perspective, but he put his family, his grandparents, everybody's story into one. So that's really well done and very beautiful.
I also really like the hand-drawn animation,
which is very hard to do. Like, look, stop motion and hand-drawn and our number 1 are all mixed together in the Golden Globe and other animated categories. So that's pretty done.
Some CGI animation into it.
So that's pretty done and well, amazing. But before we go to our number 1, honorable mentions. Go.
Ralph Breaks the Internet.
That's the only one?
The Legend of Muay Thai, Hotel Transylvania 3, and Godzilla City of Monsters.
Cool. My honorable mentions: Incredibles 2, Wreck-It Ralph 2 Breaks the Internet, Batman Ninja, and Boa Short Disney Clip, and The Legend of Muay Thai. Highly suggest for you guys that have not seen them film, The Legend of Muay Thai, watch that film.
Bao was cute, really.
Bao was cute. Takes like 3 minutes to watch it or less.
About 5 minutes.
Yeah, so highly suggest that. And
Ralph Breaks the Internet was okay.
It was great, but
we wouldn't put in high expectations. But it was okay.
It was enjoyable. Incredibles 2 is not on my list because of other films that was more deserving, but that's me. Tell us down below what's your list. And both our number 1, what could it be?
Jeez, I wonder, is it Spider-Man?
He's a menace! Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. Honestly, it just says it, but it has, because the number 1 movie in December right now behind Bumblebee and Aquaman. So honestly, it deserves it.
It's not. We're not going by fan base. We saw this movie much earlier.
Yeah, we saw the film before the audience.
Into it, the animation, the music, the art
soundtrack is amazing. The score is amazing.
Every kind of animation and art style, everything mixed in together into a fantastic movie that plays out really well.
I love how they did each character their own style. Spider-Ham had his cartoon style. Penny Parker her anime style.
Spider-Man Noir
had his black and white stuff from the films, from the noir style of films, and then
the regular Peter Parker
had the regular CGI, and I like that how each of them were good.
I think Miles was hand drawn, or that was also CGI
mixed
as well.
That was mixed. So I like how each of them had their own style of being drawn, animated, and everything. So it deserves. And also, we're comic book fans, and I was more. I was raised and grew up first as a comic book fan, and Peter Parker, aka the whole Spider-Verse, made me fall in love with comics and everything. And also Spider-Man 2099, my favorite Miguel Spider-Man, so that's honestly all I gotta say if you have seen the film. And honestly, one of my favorite films of this year as well in general, and one of my favorite animated films in general, so it deserves to be my number one, and for most people, number one. If they're not, respect.
Not only just that, is we finally have a Spider-Man that's not Peter Parker.
Yeah.
You know, there's every movies, every top Spider-Man that you've ever seen is only Peter Parker, Peter Parker,
and
Peter
cartoons.
Parker, Peter Parker. And then finally we have a different Spider-Man, it's Miles Morales.
The only cartoon show that actually touched that, it was Spider-Man
Ultimate Spider-Man?
Ultimate Spider-Man of the Web Warriors.
Yes.
I don't know what to touch it because it touched and it went to Luke Cage and everybody else, the Cat, and also to the Spider-Verse and the Hobgoblin, the
Iron Fist,
Ultimate Goblin, so all those things. So that's the only show that actually touched that, and for a big budget movies that hit the theaters where all other audience and also people that could resonate, the Hispanics and the blacks.
Spider-Gwen too.
Spider-Gwen, but all that could relate to Miles Morales, a character that's finally on the screen, just like Black Panther and everything. So that's very beautiful to see that.
Agree.
So I'm highly, very proud of that.
I agree. Everything else agree. I actually really like Miles Morales as the character. Rebuilding this whole entire Spider-Man movie is to build a new Spider-Man, and I'm perfectly glad why it's number one right now for me and the world.
Other than that, this is our top 10 of the list. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video as well. Hopefully you guys tell us down below in the comments below yours top 10 films of 2018, and we'll be coming out next with our 2018 seasonal anime and new season shows of this year 2018. So get to it, make a list as well for those. And guys, everything you have known of anime lately down in the description below for podcasts, for Discord, everything else, social media, down below the description down below. Alright guys, like, comment, and subscribe. Tell you guys later.
Peace.